Hey folks, happy VEDA. So glad you're here with me. So a little while back I asked on Twitter what you guys would be interested in hearing me talk about, and one of the things that was mentioned once again by Paul Roth is what was my dream job, either growing up or now. So let's talk about that. When I was a kid in like elementary school, I actually really wanted to be an architect. I think this was influenced by all the Frank Lloyd Wright houses that my parents took me to see growing up. I really liked the idea of building something that was functional and also somewhat artistic and unique. Then I realized that that involved math, and it threw it completely out the window. In middle school and then later on in high school, I wanted to be some sort of artist. It seemed to be the only thing that I was any good at in school, so I figured that that must be the thing that I was capable of doing. Later on, I started being interested in writing because I read so much. So, architect, artist, writer. Early on in high school, I had a class that I like to call the Plan Your Life class. It was kind of like budgeting and research on life. I wound up becoming friends with the teacher of that class, and we bonded over a shared love of The West Wing. Towards the end of the class, we were supposed to be researching what kinds of things we are interested in as career options. She suggested that I look into screenwriting. Now, being the small sheltered child that I was, I thought that screenwriting only meant writing movies, and I wasn't super interested in that. So I did the research on it because I needed to research a couple different things, but that's not really where my heart was. In fact, in high school, I was much more interested in writing and potentially journalism as a possible future career. Screenwriting was just this thing that I mentioned, and I wasn't really interested in pursuing. So that's what I studied in school, writing for television. And then I moved to Los Angeles because that was the next logical step. And then I stopped writing altogether. It's not that I'm no longer interested in writing for television, it's just that if I was going to be a famous TV writer one day, I would use this time to work on a writing portfolio and write things. And that's not what I'm doing. Instead, I'm making YouTube videos. So, different kind of writing, I guess. Now I'm more interested in other behind-the-scenes portions of television. I'm still very interested in television as a whole. I love TV, and I really, really would love to work in television in some capacity. But at this point, I'm more interested in production type things like script supervising and production assistant kind of things to get to that point. Down the line, I think it would be really cool to work for either a studio or a network and work on an overall program and schedule for them. Recently, I've worked on some very small productions in a larger capacity, things like web series that friends of mine have run and written and are directing, as well as working on larger TV shows in much, much smaller capacities with the locations department or as a production assistant. So one day, I'm just trying to get myself out there and network and do things and make things. And honestly, this YouTube channel is just as much a part of me making things as any of the other jobs that I've gotten. So thanks for watching, and I'm so glad you're here. As always, I hope you get a chance to do something that you love today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.